Hi, and welcome to the beginner's tutorial by a beginner for making a paper quilling greeting card with a flower on it. So here we have our basic greeting card base. This is just a greeting card that I cut out on my Cricut. However, if you don't have a Cricut, you can buy blank greeting cards at pretty much any stationery or craft store. This one is 5x7, so it fits an A7 envelope pretty perfectly. Next, we have our pre-cut paper strips. I bought these as part of a kit off of Amazon. You can cut your own strips, but it is hard to make sure that they are even and straight. And so, at least for the first couple of projects that I plan on doing, I decided to buy pre-bought. They come in a package much like this with varying widths. This is one of the larger widths. We'll be using this width today, the smaller of the ones that were included, because we don't want it to stick up from the card too much. We want to be able to still fit it into the envelope. Next, we have a paper quilling tool. This tool has a little slot right down the middle of the tip for you to fit your paper into, and then you curl it around the tool. We have a curling coat. Now you can find these in all different shapes and sizes on Amazon, Joann's, Michael's, anywhere that you buy craft supplies. Once we coil and turn the paper around the tool, we'll take it off and place it in one of these holes to get it the size that we want. Now for glue, we are using Elmer's Craft Bond Paper Craft Glue Gel. I like it because it dries clear and it's thick and sticky enough to where it doesn't run when you're using it, but it's still easy to use. So first things first, we are going to start off with making the inner part of our flower. Now I have a yellow paper quilling strip for this, and what we're going to do is we're just going to get this in the tip of, there we go, now you can see, in the tip of the paper quilling tool, and we're just going to start to slowly turn. We're going to coil this into a nice tight circle and place it in probably go ahead and glue it in place on our card, since this is going to be pretty much the middle of our flower. This will help us figure out where to put all of our petals, our stem, our leaves. So we keep curling. Okay, then we go ahead and pinch and slide it off the tool. And like I said, I want this to be pretty tight, so we're not going to put this into the curling coach. We're just going to go ahead and get a little bit of glue. Put it right there. You don't want to use too much of any glue, no matter what kind it is, because it can run. There we go. Alright, so we have the middle of our flower. So we're going to go ahead and take our card, and you can use a ruler if you want to be more precise in your placement. I think I can see where the middle is, but I'm just going to put a little dot of glue right here, and then place that right on top. We'll go ahead and let that sit there and dry while we make our petals and our leaves and our stem. Now, the stem, at least for this project, is really easy because we just have a small piece of green quilling paper that we're just going to lay flat as the stem. We'll put that there so we don't lose it. Next, for the petals, we're going to be making a teardrop shape with our paper quilling paper. Say that 5 times fast. All right, so we have our blue that we've picked out. You can use any color that you want and any color background for the card as well. And we're going to go ahead and put that in the slot and start curling around the tool. Now for this one, we will use our little curling coach buddy because we don't want it to be super tight like we have the middle of the flower. We want to be able to move it and manipulate it and shape it into that teardrop shape. Keep going. Remember to turn slowly Perfect. Okay, so grab this, make sure you're holding the little part that you just finished curling around it and pull off. And then we have our little curling coach, and we're gonna put it in the biggest one. And you see right there, now we have that, and we're going to very carefully lift it up and kind of poke it out gently, drop it in our hands, and then glue that little edge down. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue right here. Go ahead and glue that edge down. And I like to have, you don't have to, but I like to have the part that I glued down on the same side of each petal. I think it makes it look more uniform. So I have this on the right side. And what we're going to do is we're going to want to keep this round. So we just kind of slide our hands up it. But once we get past that, we're going to pinch and kind of make like a point. So we have our first petal. We're going to repeat that 5 more times. This particular flower has 6 petals. You can add more, you can add less. I just happen to like the way that 6 looks. We'll be right back to go ahead and assemble everything.